I am currently, as you can tell, in the Jeep on a trail ride right now in Tennessee, specifically at Windrock ORV in Oliver Springs, currently on Trail 2. And one of the things I'm testing out over the next few days, the people at Magellan were kind enough to send me one of their street and trail GPSs, specifically the TRX7 GPS, and it works great so far. I've been tracking the trail we're on. It not only is a GPS can connect to internet so you can surf the web, check social media if you need to upload stuff, other sites as well, email, all that kind of stuff. Works just like a regular GPS too, so if you want to drive from your home to the trail and get to the trail, it can help you with that. But I'll be going over the features with it the next few days. We're here kind of showing you bits and pieces of it, showing you how it works and seeing what we think about it. So let's get started. You're going to come to the main screen here. Sorry for the glare on the screen, but you're going to click over here. And it's going to take you into your map section. If you hit your map section here, it's going to kind of give you where you're at the moment. And we are, of course, here in Windrock Park in Oliver Springs. It's kind of showing us where we're at on that. If you go back out, dashboard, still learning. If you go to Journal, this is where you're going to have, you can have preloaded trails. We happen to be here in Windrock. And from Windrock, this is when I downloaded, you can go ahead and then select your trails over here. It has, for example, all these ones that say G mean gravel, and there's a waterfall, different things you can do. But for example, let me show you, let's just take Trail 3, for example. And it's going to ask you, we're going to follow the trail system when you get there, but do you want to run it start to end or end to start? So it gives you that option, which is really nice. The other thing with this is, if you don't have trails to download, it comes preloaded with like 160,000 trails on it across the United States. Now, I would say use a little bit of due diligence and make sure the ones you want to go to are open. Even state and national ORV parks may be closed at certain times of the year. And of course, I always recommend still carrying a map with you because, let's face it, you can lose power, you could lose a satellite signal, something could fail. So it's always good to have that paper map. But this is really handy with that. Let me get back out here just to a map. And you can kind of zoom out. Zoom out a ways. And it's going to go ahead and show you where you are. Now, these little spots here, you can kind of see up in here, we've got some trails. And these are going to be some of the ones that are already loaded. So you can hit those, let's see, and zoom into what those are. And it's going to tell you what's there. And you can kind of go ride those. But you can kind of zoom out here nationally. You can see, I probably zoomed out a little too far, didn't I? Go back in. You can see exactly how many trails are already in this thing. So that is great to have that. In addition to that, it also has some other options. You can go ahead and surf the web if you have a Wi-Fi connection. So that's great. It also has a built-in camera. So if you want to take pictures, let's see here, it's going to load. Yep. If you want to take a picture of your dash, you can do that. Also, we'll do video recording as well, which is great to have. It comes with an expandable, you can put a 32 gigabyte card right over here to hold the trails. And the trail files are pretty small. They're not going to take up a lot of space. As far as mounting brackets, they provide this RAM mount here that goes to the unit. And then they do provide a mounting bracket with a U-bolt option, but unfortunately on the JK it was a little bit too thick to make that work. So I repurposed an exhaust clamp and some stock scrap metal I had laying around, drilled a few holes in it, and it worked great. But they also do provide a suction cup windshield mount as well, if you'd rather have it up there. When we're out track for several of the trails, we're going to scroll down here. We're already on Trail 26. I'm going to find 26. We're going to hit this follow button. You can kind of see how it looks over here. And we're going to go start to end. Let's see if this does this right. Yep. Technically, again, some of these tracks we got downloaded may or may not be 100% accurate depending on what GPS service they were using to use them. But we're going to go ahead and follow this green line there, and it will keep tracking that for us. And as we go, we'll drop these little blue dots, tracks. So there's the Jeeps in front of us. And we're just going to go ahead and continue down. So on the opposite side of that, if you didn't have a track for this trail and you wanted to make sure where you were going, you can go ahead and just put it in follow mode. And it's going to go ahead and let you follow with these little blue dots where we're going. Apologize, it's probably going to be a little shaky here. I'm try to drive down the trail and film us at the same time. But they're going to drop these little blue dots, so then you can go ahead and create your own track of this trail and then save it to your journal. And then you'd be good on there as well. It's going to track your distance and your speed and things like that. And there's the trail out there. Here is what it looks like when it's in regular driving directions. We're currently stopped at a rest stop here in the state of Kentucky. And over to the left you can see I-75. It's kind of heading north. You can also track your route this way if you want to. Essentially, you're just going to enter any address you want to. It's going to find just like a normal GPS, and it can go there for you as well. Well, as you can see, I made it back from the trail just fine. If you've not been to Windrock, I highly recommend it. No matter how your Jeep is built, you're going to find something there that you're going to enjoy running. Wanted to give a few final thoughts here on the GPS unit itself, based on my several days of experience using it. A few things I really liked about this. I like how big the screen is. It's much easier to see this than the cell phone I've been using prior. You can zoom out a lot easier. It's a lot easier to use with things like that. There is a little bit of a learning curve, like any new technology, trying to figure out which menus go where and how to import the tracks and things like that. But it's certainly not difficult, and the more you use it, the more you'll understand and get a better feel for it. By no means am I an expert with it at this point, but I feel comfortable using it, and that's good. Correction, I think I may have said it came with a micro SD card. It has a micro SD card slot, and you can get up to a 32 gigabyte card on it. Also in the prior review, I think when I was on the trail, I actually hit start versus finish versus start. So if you saw that, I think that's what happened there with that. One of the things I do want to show you in here, if you come into your journal, and I'm just going to pick trail 11 here, that's one of the ones we plotted and did on there. You can go into this section called attributes. And in attributes, it allows you to make notes about the trail you're on. This really shows the pre-planning that Magellan did because they knew about the off-road community and how they might want to go ahead and record and store information. But it's going to ask you in here, did you need four-wheel drive? Was it low? Was it dirt? Was it rock or water? How deep was those respective terrains you were on? And then you can talk about, you can rate it, when you should run it. But down here they have a section where you can make comments on it, which I thought was great. Maybe there's a certain camping spot you want to go to. Maybe you're sharing files with somebody, and they say, hey, what about X trail? Oh, let me look at that real quick. Yeah, there's a great camping spot or a great fishing spot or a nice overlook if you take this way to get there. So I thought that was kind of neat as well. In addition to that, as I said, go back home here. You can, of course, get online. If you need to surf the web, go to wherever you want to go with that stuff. You can also go to, let's see if I can get it to pull up here. Little website I'm pretty fond of. If it loads, hopefully we have, yep. You can get to one of the best forums out there in my opinion. So you can keep in contact with all your friends here. Should you have a problem, hey, check in the WranglerForum, see if they can help you with it. Other things I like about this, it comes with RAM mounts. Those are high quality mounts. Those are great to have with that. So you don't have to go and buy something else for it as well. It is waterproof. It is shock resistant, so that's nice. It's outside. It's an environment where it might be dropped. It could be, bounced around. That's good too. Found battery life to last pretty much the whole entire day, so I didn't have to worry about that. I do like the fact that it also is a camera there. I don't know how much you're going to use it, but it is nice that it's there as an alternate means. The biggest thing I liked was that I didn't have to use my cell phone. I had a standalone GPS unit for the trail. I didn't have to go ahead and get my cell phone, get out, take pictures along the trail, or do things with that, and then get back into the GPS on the cell phone. It could just stay, basically on the sidelines, if you will, until I need it again. And that was pretty nice with it. So overall, I think it's a pretty good unit. I think if you're doing overlanding, if you're running trails, if you want to share tracks of trails you've never been to, it's great from that standpoint. They have an online community, which is really nice. They have a standalone cell phone app that works in pair with this, with searching the trails. There's also an online community where you can go and plan your whole entire trip. It shows all the, again, it's 150 or 160,000 preloaded trails that are in here. While we were on the trip, a download came in with an update of new trails, which was nice to see they're continuing to keep this at the forefront of the trail system updates. That's nice as well. Overall, big thanks to Magellan for letting me borrow this for the trip that I was on. It's glad to see that a company recognizes the need for the ORV community and provides something like this to them. I think that's fantastic. So if you guys have questions, post them up down below, and hope to see you guys out on the trail soon.